A young woman gasps for air, her body trembling as she collapses in the corner of a dimly lit home in ancient Athens. The physician arrives, not with medicines or herbs, but with burning incense and jars of foul-smelling smoke. His diagnosis is clear. Her womb has wandered. To him, the uterus is not anchored, but restless, drifting like a creature through her body, choking her from within. This is the theory of the wandering womb, one of the strangest and most influential medical ideas of the ancient world. The concept originated in Greece around the 5th century BCE, credited largely to Hippocrates and his followers. According to their writings, the uterus was thought to be mobile, sliding through the female body in search of moisture. If it rose too high, it pressed against the diaphragm, causing shortness of breath, anxiety, and even convulsions. If it pressed on the heart or liver, it was said to cause melancholy or hysteria. Illness in women was often blamed not on external causes but on this organ's supposed restlessness. The term hysteria itself comes from the Greek word hystera, meaning womb. Women suffering from fainting spells, mood swings, or unexplained pain were often labeled hysterical, reinforcing the idea that their very biology made them unstable. Treatments followed the logic of the wandering womb. Physicians believed the uterus could be coaxed back into place using smells and sensations. Fragrant perfumes and oils were applied near the thighs or genitals to attract the womb downward. At the same time, acrid smoke, sulfur, or pitch might be placed near the nose or mouth to repel it from rising. It was less surgery than negotiation, as if the uterus were a wayward animal needing to be lured home. Other remedies included massage, warm compresses, or in extreme cases, intercourse, since doctors believed the sexual act and subsequent pregnancy would anchor the womb and prevent it from wandering. Unsurprisingly, these treatments reveal more about ancient social views of women than about medical truth. Women's ailments were frequently dismissed as reproductive issues, their identities reduced to their ability to bear children. The wandering womb theory not only misdiagnosed countless conditions, but also reinforced patriarchal control, prescribing marriage and childbearing as cures for illness. The theory spread beyond Greece, influencing Roman medicine and persisting for centuries. The writings of Galen, Rome's most famous physician, echoed and expanded upon Hippocratic ideas. In the Middle Ages, the concept of hysteria continued to dominate European thought, blending with spiritual beliefs. Women who exhibited unusual symptoms, tremors, visions, or fits, were sometimes suspected of demonic possession. In these cases, the wandering womb merged with supernatural explanations, making women vulnerable to accusations of witchcraft. Even as medicine advanced in the Renaissance, the theory of hysteria remained stubbornly tied to the uterus. Physicians debated whether the womb truly moved, but they rarely questioned the assumption that women's health problems stemmed from reproductive organs. It wasn't until the 17th and 18th centuries that more serious challenges arose. The French physician, Francois Morisot, rejected the literal idea of a wandering womb, but still maintained that female nerves and temperaments were weaker.
While linking hysteria to the nervous system instead.
The true break came only in the 19th and 20th centuries, with the rise of modern psychology and neurology. Sigmund Freud famously associated hysteria not with the womb, but with the unconscious mind. While his theories were controversial in their own right, they marked a turning point away from blaming female anatomy for unexplained conditions. Gradually, hysteria, as a medical diagnosis, fell out of favor, though echoes of its stigma lingered in how women's pain was dismissed by doctors for decades to come. Looking back, the wandering womb theory is both absurd and revealing. It illustrates how early medicine tried to explain mystery with metaphor, giving organs, personalities, and intentions. More importantly, it exposes how cultural biases shaped medical knowledge. Men controlled the practice of medicine, and women's symptoms were filtered through assumptions about fertility, sexuality, and obedience. The wandering womb was not just a medical error, it was a narrative that constrained women's lives for centuries. Today, we recognize that fainting, seizures, anxiety, and countless other conditions have real, diverse causes. But the shadow of the wandering womb remains in language and attitudes. The word hysteria still carries connotations of female overreaction, even though its roots lie in a debunked superstition. The story of the wandering womb reminds us that medicine is never separate from culture and that false theories, once accepted, can haunt society for millennia.